today we are going to be talking about a possible 100x gem on the base chain, and this project is KAITO. So we're going to talk about that. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's go straight over this. So look at the numbers first. We are at 34.2% up in the last 24 hours, 28.1% in the last 7 days. 19.5% in the last 14, 36.5% in the last 30 days. So this KAITO project has been doing pretty well. It's built on base. As you can see here, it has a market cap of 350 million, which is the case for a lot of base coins. For some reason, a lot of them are sitting at 350 million or like 300 million, somewhere around there. That's what the market cap for a lot of base coins. We're also seeing the fully diluted value at 1.4 billion and the 24-hour trading volume at 473 million. So this thing's pretty good. It seems pretty solid so far. Here is the basic scan for it. As you can see, 402,000 holders. Just 2 weeks ago, they had 402,077 holders. Now they have 402,958. So this thing has been growing over the last 2 weeks here. So that's pretty good. Another thing, these top wallets here, they do own a lot of the coins. I'm not sure what these wallets for. Maybe they're like dev wallets or something, something around that area. But yeah, this project is doing pretty good, and it's one of the top gainers here on CoinGecko. So that's pretty bullish. We'll be talking about a technical analysis here, but I just kind of want to show you what this is. So KAITO AI, it's pretty much another AI coin. It's built on base, like I mentioned before. And you can see they describe themselves as the distribution powerhouse of crypto for attention, data, and capital powered by AI. So that's how they define themselves. And this is the website here. So you can see they have their pre-TGE arenas, and you can see the pre-TGE mindshare arena. You can see all the top gainers, all the top losers. You can see the creator leaderboards for all the top people. A lot of people here, a lot of recognizable figures here in the crypto community. This person, Jesse.base.eth, I think this is a developer on Base. So they're one of the top creators here for Base. You can see they got followers as well. So this is a pretty interesting project. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Zora, but it's a lot different. A lot different. Zora is like a social media platform where people have their social media tokens, and like their social media account is like a token on Zora. So it's pretty interesting to see. This is kind of looking a little bit similar to that, but not 100% similar. You can see they have staking as well. They have swaps over here, so you can also do swapping as well. So yeah, they have a lot to this project. So it's a pretty interesting thing. You can unlock your social card, so it's like a social media account on here. So yeah, this is a pretty interesting project to say the least. So yeah, it's looking like it's doing pretty good numbers, and a lot of people are really big with it, and there's a lot of engagement on the post as well. So this is definitely another thing that could be bullish. So I'm going to keep my eyes on this, and I'll keep updating you guys on this project. This project could have some huge potential. So I'm gonna definitely keep this updated for you guys. But anyways, without further ado, we're going to go over the technical analysis for KAITO. And yeah, this is like a capybara. I think that's a capybara. So I've never seen a meme yet of a capybara. So I think this might be the first capybara meme. But anyways, let's talk about the technicals here. So now we are looking at the price chart here for KAITO. I'm going to go ahead and take the Fibonacci from the swing high all the way up here. And we're going to go take it down to the swing low. So let's go ahead and get this done now. So there we have it, from the swing high to the swing low here. Now, first things first, we're going to start off on the MACD, and we're looking at the daily chart, by the way. So let's go ahead and open this. So we see the MACD has just came off of a oversold area back here in July. like mid to end July to the beginning of August, we see that all of this was overselling. And you can see that the buying volume has came back in, and now we're starting to see buyers stepping in. So even though we had a little bit of selling recently, it wasn't even a lot of volume. It was just a little bit. And now you're seeing this one large red or this large green candlestick showing that the buyers are stepping in. So like I was saying, this was the overselling at the end of July and beginning of August. And then now you're kind of seeing people are stepping in, like buyers are coming in. And then we can also see the percent R trend exhaustion just came off of an oversold area down here. And now you're seeing that it is on the rise and it's on an uptrend. So that is probably going to end up being bullish for KAITO. We might see KAITO blowing past this resistance at about $1.54. But we do see a lot of times, a lot of these base projects, it takes a lot for these base projects to grow. And I think one thing that base is missing, the base chain, it's missing a base coin. I really do believe there needs to be a base coin. And I know that it's kind of like almost like a layer two for Ethereum. They're using Ethereum as the gas token, but I feel like a base coin would help benefit the project a lot, right? That I just feel like it would help benefit the chain a lot. So I think a base coin, and they did mention that a base coin might be coming out soon. But yeah, the base coins would help a lot because I see a lot of the base coins, they just get stuck around 350 million market cap. Toshi is kind of around the same level. So we're seeing a lot of times they stop around here. Like they max like out around like 500 million, they pull back and then they stay around 300 million market cap for a while, but it does look like KAITO is having, or at least about to have, a reversal. That's kind of what this is looking like right here. But we cannot get rejected at this resistance. If we get rejected at this resistance, that's going to be nasty for us because then we are going to have that pullback down here to about $1.38, give or take. We do have a little bit of support there as that level was also resistance for us previously. So it's probably going to be a level that you're also going to want to watch out for as support. So anyways, that would be a good support level. And you can see this is a pretty good level to stop at every single time. So yeah, I think that would be pretty important for us to reach somewhere around this area if we pulled back. If, okay, that's an if. There's a possibility that it doesn't pull back massively. If we're looking at the 4-hour chart, the percent R trend exhaustion is pretty overbought here, but remember things can stay overbought for much longer. Um, it hasn't really had a chance to stay overbought for too long. KAITO, like back here, it was a little bit. So yeah, what we want to see is for it to continue to rise. Both the long-term trend and the short-term trend are bullish and actively rising. So that's a pretty good thing for KAITO as well. And then the MACD on the 4-hour chart showing a lot of buying pressure, very bullish right there, a lot of buying pressure. So there's a possibility that this thing can continue to the upside here. The next level we're looking for is like $1.80 if we have another massive pump here. So definitely watch out for that. So if there's another massive pump again, I think $1.80 makes sense. Also, I'm noticing a little bit of a resistance here, about $1.65. So that's another level that you can watch out for as well, $1.65. And then we have obviously up here at $1.80, which is pretty solid for a resistance as well. So yeah, we're looking for $1.65 on that next pump. And then hopefully after that, it can actually break past and get to $1.80. So yeah, I think $1.65 may be coming soon here for KAITO. But anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Again, none of this is financial advice, just kind of putting out what I'm seeing here. And so on the hourly chart, we're also overbought and over exhausted here on the hourly chart, which is more of a short-term chart here. Usually when this red bar comes out here on the percent R trend exhaustion followed by a red down arrow, what we typically see is that pullback, right? So that is like the signal that we're going to have a reversal. Same thing, vice versa. When you see the blue bar with the blue up arrow, that's when we're having the reversal to the upside. So you just got to pay attention to those two levels there. So that's what I'm watching out for here currently inside of KAITO. I think when we hit $1.65, we might see that pullback, or it might be able to go a little bit above $1.65. But remember, this thing is pumping a lot, up 30% pretty much on all the time frames here. So there's a possibility that there could be a little bit more gains because it's only 30%. It's not like it's up 100% in the last 30 days or 400% in the last 30 days. Typically, when you see that, a lot of times you'll get the pullbacks, but I don't think that we've gotten that far here yet inside of KAITO. So there's, again, the possibility that it could rise. Also, this is the 15-minute chart. It is looking like the pullback is already starting a little bit here. When you look at the percent R trend exhaustion, it does kind of look like the pullback is already starting. And you can also kind of see that if you look at it from this perspective. But on the hourly chart, the MACD is still showing a good buying pressure too. So we should have a little bit more room to the upside. But let's see how long it stays overbought for, because the percent R trend exhaustion is showing that it's overbought. So it could pull back at any time now. So be careful. But hopefully it can stay overbought for longer than expected. But yeah, this is pretty much all I got for you all today. I'm going to keep you guys updated on this. KAITO seems like it's going to be one of those coins that just keeps coming back in the top gainers. Very similar to what Aster keeps doing, very similar to what Avantis keeps doing. Those coins keep coming back inside of the top gainers. Hopefully it doesn't fall off like Zora. Zora has pulled back massively. Not massively, I'm not going to say that, but it's pulled back a good amount. As you can see, it's down 26% in the last 30 days. They really haven't had a major pump since before. And as you can see, it kind of capped out almost at 400 million inside of market cap. And that's kind of what I was talking about here with base coins, how they cap out and then they start trading sideways for a while. But we'll see what happens here with KAITO, because KAITO had its cap and now it's kind of coming back to life. And I think the same thing is probably going to happen to Zora not too long. So I'm probably make another video on Zora because I think the same thing might happen to that. But yeah, anyways, hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want me to go over next. And as always, I'll be back with another video.